Ink-a-dink, 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 ink-a-dink. Wow! I'm not sure if I got that, so we're going to have to do... Okay, I understand. You want me to interview you. So I've got a list of questions here. Yeah, I see we're taping. Okay, I understand. So the question you have for me is, the question that you have for me to have for you is, why the Black Lives Matter movement? Why not all lives matter? Okay. I'm going to quote Basil first, and then I'm going to translate that into you for you folks in the audience that don't speak cat yet. And by the way, you really do need to speak the language of your house pet. Yeah, the kids are fed.
Oh, cool.
Basil says nothing for him this morning, thank you. Unless you have a shard of paper hanging around.
He's got some flies around here you can find.
Okay. So I'll quote Basil first for you folks in the audience that haven't learned to speak cat yet, and you really do need to speak cat because there are more. Basil's been saying this for 3 years now, but it bears repeating that there are more houses in America that have cat as their second language than there are houses in America that have any other language as their second language. So there's the reason. But okay, so here's Basil's response first. Said, okay, now I'll translate that. Said, all you have to do is look at all the media, and particularly if you want to go to the newspapers, whether they be online or in the paper form, and you look at the headlines that are on the newspapers when a black individual is killed by a police officer. And we're thinking specifically about, there's so many. You have a kid who's 13 years old who the police say afterwards, well, he looked like he was 21. You have a guy who said, I was threatened by that black guy because his pants were slung low. And the other guy that said, well, I felt threatened by the black guy and killed him because his pants were pulled up too high and I thought he was hiding something. There's all these different situations, but every time this shows up in the paper, look at the typeface. Look at the size of the type. Now, compare that to the situation that happened yesterday where 5 police officers were murdered by snipers on rooftops at a demonstration in Dallas. Look at the typeface. The typeface is about 20 times the size of the typeface for an article about a police officer killing a citizen. And by the way, there are more murders, more killings. Can't say murders because they never get convicted. More killings of civilians by police officers in the first 6 months of 2006 than there were in the first 6 months of 2005. Murders, killings are up. You can characterize police officers shooting a 13-year-old kid because they thought he was carrying a gun when it turns out to be a plastic toy gun as a killing. So look at the typeface comparatively, and there's no comparison. So apparently to the media and to the public reading the media, police officers' lives do matter significantly more than the lives of unarmed civilians, or civilians carrying a gun in an open carry state, and telling the police officer, by the way, I'm letting you know, I have an open carry permit and I have a gun. So, if you look at the two comparative ways the media covers and the size of the type in the articles, of the headlines of the articles, I lost track. What were you saying, Basil? Could you say that again? And I'll. Okay, he'll repeat himself because it was kind of long-winded. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna pick up where I left off. It's very clear, based on those articles, that oh my goodness." Distracting producer. It's very clear that the media and the people reading the media do think the police officers' lives matter significantly more than the lives of civilians. Therefore, the reason for the Black Lives Matter movement and why it's relevant, much more relevant than the self-proclaimed all lives matter or blue lives matter or anything else, because it's a disproportionate number of black citizens being killed by police officers. They don't kill white citizens. The same situations happen with white citizens. They don't get killed. Black citizens, they do get killed. And that's the difference, and that's why Black Lives Matter is relevant. And these other movements that pretend to glom onto that and say, hey, what about blue? What about officers? What about white lives? What about everybody else? That's why they're just trying to tamp down the reality. Okay, you have another question? Whoa, hey. Kristen?
What?
I think that camera dog messed with the camera. It looks like the camera's only focused on Basil. Whoa. Hi. Hey, yeah, I'm here. Look at that.
What the hell?
I don't know. What's this all about, Basil? Is it the screen white again? Is it?
Yeah, here and there.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Basil said, "I don't need to be in the picture like he does. He's the star. I'm just like in the old Soupy Sales show. I'm White Fang or I'm Black Tooth. So I'm gonna have to say bleh. So, time for a commercial. Okay. Now we're still trying to get the star-kissed chunk light tuna in water. Still trying to get the account. Because Basil's telling me that one day Charlie sent you will be changed to Basil sent you. In the meanwhile, we'll keep reaching out to them. Let's see, Star-kissed chunk light tuna in water. American Heart Association certified, meets financial criteria for heart healthy food. Oh, it doesn't say financial criteria. Okay. While many factors affect heart disease, diets low in saturated fat and cholesterol may reduce the risk of this disease. Okay. And important to note, omega-3s, let's see, what does it say? Contains 90 milligrams EPA omega-3s per serving. So, and it also says net weight 5 ounces, 142 grams. Drained weight 4 ounces, 113 grams. So there's only an ounce of water in there out of the 5. It's only 20% water. I guess that's some or freestanding water. Okay. You want to take a break? Okay, we'll take a break and then we'll come back and we'll continue the interview.
black people. So enough people know to go to, that's why the black lives matter. So they don't matter.
They say they'd rob your grandma blind on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Fritter her away her Medicare on Wall Street. And Pharma Oil and their pet fox don't care if she lives in a box, so long as they wear platinum jocks on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Meow.